she's Riq the critic, 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 Riq the critic. When she come into your place, yo, you best not forget it. She gon' tell you how it is, cause she's Riq the critic. When she all up in your city, yo, you best not forget it. Let you know if she like it, and if she get with it, let the whole world know and be the first to admit it. Let you know if it's good and if she dig it, cause she's Riq the critic, Riq the critic, Riq the critic, Riq the critic. She the first to admit it if she can't dig it, cause she's Riq the critic, Riq the critic.
I'm back. Thank you for joining me. Good day to you. I'm Riq the critic, and today we're going to be talking to Nick in Las Vegas, and she's going to be critiquing some places in Las Vegas, as well as what I do here in Pasadena, Altadena, or the greater Los Angeles area. So she's going to be calling, and we're going to be talking about some things going on in Las Vegas, some good things, some bad things. We're going to be talking about some good things, some bad things that are happening here too. So sit back, relax, and we're going to have a really, really good show today. Now, if she's not on the phone yet, I take it she hasn't called yet. Okay, well, so while we're sitting here waiting for her to call, let's just talk about some eateries. We have, what was that? What did I have? Oh, let me tell you what I had yesterday. I was at Continental Burger, and they had, Sunday. Not only did I have food, I had a show. And there was this lady here, and she was just, it was great. It was, it was really good. Then they had a guy there, they did karaoke. I mean, Continental Burger on Sunday is like a show and a dinner. And when I say show, I mean a show. It's really, really fun. And the brunch is really good. They had everything you can think of. And of course, the pizza is what I go for. They have a seafood pizza there that's got salmon, shrimp, and what else is it? It's salmon, shrimp, and something, but it's all seafood. And you're talking about good. It's really good. Not anchovies, just salmon and shrimp and something else. But anyway, ask them to put a sauce on it because it's a little bland because of the fish. But if you put it's a little sauce that they can put on, and there's a great waitress there that if you kind of look at it funny and say, look, she'll take it back and hook you up. And they put this little light sauce. The people are so friendly there. I guess they're the owners. They come out and they do this dance, and they're just friendly and just really, really, really personable. So Continental Burger for on Sundays for their brunch, just a lot of fun, just a great place. There's also a place, and I'm waiting for Nick to call me, there's a place in Las Vegas that sells these sandwiches, and it's like a Thanksgiving sandwich. It's got turkey, dressing, cranberry sauce, and it's on a bun. But she's going to talk about that. She'll tell us when she calls me, but it's really, really good. Also, not the ham, what is that, honey baked ham place here, not that one on Sierra Madre, but the one in Ontario Mills. If you ever get a chance, stop there because you can sit there. It's a sit-down restaurant. The food is just, really, really good. They've got a great cranberry salad. They've got great sandwiches, and they've got one called the Grandwich, which has got turkey and ham, and they've got just all kind of sandwiches, and it's really, really good. They've got a great menu. You can have lunch there. You can also have breakfast there. And when you finish, just hop on across the street to the Ontario Mills Mall. Nikki said to me earlier that there's some places closing, and I'm sure if they're closing in Las Vegas, they're probably closing in the Ontario Mills Mall. And as we know, that's a huge outlet. So you're going to get some great deals there. Pardon me, 70% off and so forth, so forth. So stop there. The honey baked ham place here, they have some sandwiches. The menu is not as large as the one in Ontario. but it's okay. They've got a great ham sandwich. If you like pork and you want ham sandwich, stop there. It's pretty good. Also, there's a barbecue. There's a guy in Arcadia that barbecues. Really, and it was at his home. I was in Arcadia and I was going to the foot spa place to get this great massage. I don't know if you've been there. It's right off of Santa Anita. It's called the foot spa, and you set your feet in a big what I'm call a pot, or not really a pot, I guess maybe a basket, a bowl, but it's about this tall and it's about this wide. You set your feet in there in some warm water, and as you're sitting there in the warm water, then someone is in back and they're massaging your back and massaging all up here and all up here. It is wonderful. And let me tell you something. They charge $18 over there. They've got one on Valley that charges $15, and they're just as good. It's called the Foot Spa. So if you want to go in, it's an hour massage, and your feet are in this warm water, and they give you this wonderful tea. I think it's a ginger tea, and it didn't. I'm saying it's a ginger tea, but I'm not really sure because it didn't taste like ginger tea. Not completely. It's like a blend of ginger and something else in it, but it was good. It was very, very good. And you have the tea and you just really, really relax. The men do it and they're little, I mean, you got to kind of tell the guys, not so hard, but the next day you feel really, really good. The women are a little easier with hands, and the massage is still great. So you get a chance. This one in Arcadia, like I said, that one, the foot spa, is $18, and the one on Valley is $15. So those are some good places to go just if you want to get like a quickie, just a quick back massage. You keep all your clothes on. You just wear comfortable clothes. Wear some sweats, sweat top, big T-shirt. And I'm saying this is good for men and women. So, Valentine's Day just passed, so you missed that. But hey, you can do it. Just splurge. Just go on a weekend. It's only $18. So go over there, tell them I sent you, and they'll hook you up. Really, really great place. That was the other one. Now let me get back to the barbecue guy. I was on my way over there to the foot spa people, and the lady that I was riding with said, "Listen, let's go by and get some barbecue." And I thought, where's their barbecue place in Arcadia? And she said, we're going to go by this guy's house. This guy is a pastor, and he's raising money to assist homeless people. So he's living in this huge place, and he's cooking barbecue to give these people a place to live. The barbecue was okay. I would say that not the best, but not the worst. It was a little on the tough side, but you could get by with it. But of course, I like for mine to fall off the bone and stuff. My grandchildren were with me. They loved it. I had another girlfriend that had a chance to taste it. She loved it. Whenever I can eat barbecue cold, it always works really, really good for me. So the next day I got up and had a rib, and it was cold, and so the sauce is good, the meat was good. It was just a little tough, just a little, but not anything to concern yourself with. And I don't know if I should give out his name or anything, because I don't know if he's just doing it. He had all these dinners at his home, and he was kind of, selling them out of his home. I don't know where he barbecues it. But anyway, it was pretty good. So, going to say that. Now then, is my thing showing? Okay, there we go. Now, what happened to my call? She's not called. She hasn't called back yet? Gee whiz. Boy, talk about time and children. I mean, jeez. She should have called like, 3 or 4 minutes ago, and she hasn't called yet. Okay, anyway, she's going to call, and when she calls, we're going to talk about, like I said, what's going on in Las Vegas. We're going to critique some stuff going on there. We're going to also talk about the foreclosure problem there. and which I was really surprised because she said they had rolls of foreclosure. So let's just hope that the prices that she gives out, that we might be able to get a nice little condo, even though we don't want to live there. If we can get something that's affordable, we can, when we go down to play at the casino or whatever, instead of checking into one of those extremely high hotels, we can check in, we can get a condo. So if the condos are really, really cheap, let's hear it when she calls. If they are, we might want to call down there and work something out or do some negotiations and have a condo, not just for us, but for our friends if they want to go down and, stay a couple of days in Las Vegas and gamble or do some things. So we're going to hear all about that when she calls, about the foreclosure roll. I think that's what she called it, foreclosure roll. So we're going to hear about that, and we're going to see if that's something that might be interesting to you. Also, I want to talk briefly about, and I know as soon as I get into it, she's going to call on the phone, but there are some things going on here also. I want to talk to you about, I spoke to an elderly person on the phone, and they've been getting kind of scammed with those, the loan modification. Be really, 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 really super careful, especially not just elderly, because they seem to get anybody, but especially the elderly. So if your parents or your mom or your dad, just make sure, continue to check on them as often as you possibly can, because there are a lot of scam artists out there. As you know, when the economy's bad and things are going on, people get scammed, and it's generally they prey on our elderly. So just kind of stay in touch with your parents or your aunt or your uncle or whomever, even in the church or whatever. Just kind of stay in touch with them and just check periodically, because what happens is when they're left alone, people often come, knock on the door, and they're just starving for this attention. So they open up the door, they let these people in, and they really get scammed really, really bad. And oftentimes they're not able to recover. So just be watchful of that and be very, very careful of that. All right, now then, we've talked about some eating places. We've talked about foreclosure roll, and I think we got the telephone call coming. No, not yet? Oh, wow. She must have a tough time getting through. Okay, I was clearly hoping that we would be able to shoot. Well, we're down to, yeah, we'll be able to do something today, yeah. I'm going over to town council tonight, too, so not only will you guys see me Tuesdays and Saturdays, I'm going over to town council tonight to talk about some things that are going on in our area, in the Altadena area. There's a lot of unscrupulous characters. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on, and we just need to be mindful of that. No, not yet? No? Okay. Go figure. Anyway, what are those in my pocket? Oh, Red Hots. Boy, these are good too. But anyway, let me tell you. So, we got a lot of stuff going on because of the economy. And did anybody see the Oprah show yesterday? Not Oprah, Ellen. It was funny. It was so hilarious. I think I shared that with you in the earlier part of the show about Ellen calling the president. But seriously, on a more serious note, I really, really, really hope that we will be able to back our president and not become so interested in him being able to write, he's a lefty, and being able to watch, and his children and all that kind of stuff. Again, I can't stress this enough. Let's just let the guy do his job. I also want to talk to you about some things, something a little more serious. I was in a accident a couple months ago. I fell, and it was clearly neglect. The guys were digging up, putting a tree down, and I fell in the hole and I bit the dirt. Now that had to be really a funny sight. You know, I was pretty embarrassed by that. It was nighttime, so it wasn't quite so bad. But if my daughter was here and she heard me say I bit the dirt, she would probably just burst out in laughter, and so would my grandkids. But anyway, so what I want to say to you is that when I fell, I had Aflac, and Aflac, and this I'm not giving them a plug because I don't want to do that, but I do want to say that because I had Aflac insurance when I fell, they paid for everything that my insurance paid for. And that was pretty good. So without giving them a plug and at the same time giving them a plug, they were able to, my hospital, my visit to the emergency room, my visit to my chiropractor, everything, my days off from work, because I had that accident policy, they were able to cover it. And with things the way they are now, I just think that we need to kind of have a little extra something going on there, and that's plugging them without plugging them. I don't know how I can do that without, and I want to get this information out to you, not so much as plug it for them, but it's a good product, and I was really, really, really pleased at how they came through. So, Aflac. If you know anybody that sells it or whatever, you might want to look into their accident policy. Their life insurance is not, hospitalization, but that accident thing, it's really, really, really on the money. And as we get older, like I said, I fell, and I fell, going around to my car to get groceries out and fell in the hole. So, what can I say? So as we get older, I'm not saying that we get clumsier or anything like that. I'm just saying that as we get older that, we are prone to look up and not down. So we do run across a lot of things, and a lot of things happen. But enough of that. I don't want to give, because in a minute it'll be a commercial for them, and I don't want to do that. All right, now, I think I told you that they have a new Mexican restaurant on Woodbury and Fair Oaks. Haven't tried it yet. It's where the old Beans BQ used to be. They're no longer there. So I'm going to be trying that this week. I'm going to also be trying the wing place. Nobody's called me and said anything about it. Well, Pookie did tell me that he was very disappointed. That's the wing place that took almost 6 years to open, the one on Lake Avenue, at the top of the hill, Lake and Alcina Drive. He said he went in, he said the sauces, they had all these different kinds of chicken wings. And Pookie generally comes on with me, and we generally share our fork stories about what the food is like and all that other good stuff. So I didn't get a chance to go over there and eat, but he and his wife went over, and they were very disappointed. They were not happy. They said that the chicken wings were, I believe he said they were cold. And the sauce, he said they had a lot of different sauces, and they were good because I think this is supposed to be a wing thing with a bunch of different sauces. So he said the sauces were okay, but the wings were cold. He said they didn't have any paper towels to wipe his hands. He went to the restroom, and of course, I guess with all these wings, I guess they were sticky, that kind of stuff. So he wasn't very pleased with it. But I am going to go over there, and I'm going to take a look myself and check it out. But usually, Pookie's a pretty good judge of things. It's Pookie, Don, and myself. We generally all eat out all the time, and so we always have a different outlook on the eating places. Don pretty much goes against whatever Pookie and I say, and Pookie and I pretty much agree on certain things. Occasionally he hits and misses, and occasionally I hit and miss with certain places. So I'm going to double check the wing place, and hopefully I'll have much more success. You know what? The other thing that I wanted to talk about too that I was very displeased with was Webster's. I don't know what has happened, but I know that the father or whoever owned the place before, when all of the buildings were together. It was really, really nice. They have separated them, and they've made them into 3 different places, and the service is horrible. I've gone into each one of the little places, and the service is just not quite the same. I can remember coming into Webster's and really getting a really warm feeling. Everybody was friendly, smiling. When I was in there, actually, to be honest with you, I was in the stationery part a couple of weeks ago, and the woman was walking behind me like she thought I was going to steal something. It was kind of like that. So I was very disappointed. I don't know, like I said, Mr. Webster, you might want to talk to your children, and you might want to tell them to incorporate more customer service skills in there, or more, better customer service. The customer service is not at all what it used to be. I was, again, very disappointed. And like I said, I walked around, and I kind of got that feeling, somebody's kind of watching you and they're coming back. I've never had that feeling walking into Webster's before, but I did have that feeling when I walked in there not too long ago. So again, they might just want to work on some customer service skills. Altadena has been great consumers of Webster's for many, 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 many years, and I'm sure Altadenians would like to continue that, but it's some things have got to change over there. Like I said, the customer service, the quality of the customer service is just, down to nothing. So enough of that. I don't want to bash them too much, because I really, really like Webster's. I like the fact that I can kind of just jump out and go over there and get what I want to get and come back. So, and Washington Mutual, not Washington Mutual, but the bank across the street from, or the one next door to the Ralph's, is gone, completely gone. And Scripps is completely gone, and nobody told me about it, because I wanted to go over there and get some hardware. I'm sure they had wonderful hardware in Scripps, probably the doorknobs, windows, floors, that kind of stuff. I went there and it was just like completely gone, just all the way gone. What do you say? So I'm down to what, 5 minutes and no call back. So I guess Nikki must have gotten caught up. She said it was cold. I don't know if it was raining there, what have you, but somehow she's gotten caught up and she wasn't able to call me back. So maybe next time when she calls, we'll have longer to talk and talk about some things in Las Vegas. I was really hoping to be able to share with you about the foreclosures, because I really, really think that that would be of interest. But I tell you what I am going to do for you. I am going to make it a point. My granddaughter graduates, and I'm going to be down in Las Vegas. So before I come back and do the next show, I will make it a point to go to Las Vegas. I will actually look and see what type of foreclosures they have and have some information for you in case you want to get together with a couple of friends. And that's really not a bad idea. Sometimes it's a little difficult for us to buy alone, but sometimes we might want to incorporate that with a couple of friends and 2 or 3, 4 friends, and just go in, and not so much as a timeshare, but kind of go in and buy something that everyone can enjoy. So sometimes when we can't do it alone, sometimes we just need a little help. But I promise you, I will look into that, and I'll have more information on that when I see you again in a couple of weeks or so. I will be down there. Now, what was my last note? I had one more thing I wanted to talk to you guys about, but I can't remember what it is. Am I getting old? No, I'm getting younger. Speaking of getting younger, did you see The Curse of Benjamin Button? Yeah, I'm getting younger. I'm getting younger. I have such a good time with myself and such a good time with you guys. And listen, wait a minute. Let me give the shout out and the kudos to the new background. Did you see the new background? Not the tacky little trees that we see. And Lilia did this. Great, isn't it? Isn't it nice? And different. So every time that we do a show, we're always going to do something a little different. And just call me. Let me know what you think about, what the background looks like. I don't want it to look like public access. I'm tired of looking at that. Every time I turn on public access, even when I go to other cities and I turn on public access, I always see that horrible blue in the background, or those horrible little flowers or something. So anyway, but not here, not at Channel 56. We've got great people here that do great work and are very concerned about what the set looks like, even down to the chairs, okay? So I think we've run out of time. We're down to our last 2 minutes. I've had such a wonderful time today with you guys. It's been raining, and I can't think of a better place to be than where I am right now, spending time in your home Tuesdays and Saturdays. Remember, Tuesday, 12 o'clock noon, 12 o'clock midnight, and Saturdays, I'm on at 6 in the morning and 6 in the evening. Listen, I've enjoyed you. Thank you very, very much for allowing me to come into your home. And once again, be safe. And also, don't forget, call your parents, call your aunt, call your uncle, call the elderly, check up on them. It's a lot of stuff going on out there. Just be really, 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 really cautious and just continue to talk to them about safety and opening the doors. My grandmother's 100 years old. She'll be 100 in June, and I'm constantly talking to her about don't open the doors, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that. And listen, I'm Riq the Critic. Again, thank you so much. I've had a great time. I hope to see you next week, same time, same place. Remember, be good to yourself and always check on your parents. And that's it.
She's Riq the Critic, 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 Riq the Critic. When she come into your place, yo, you best not forget it. She gon' tell you how it is, cause she's Riq the Critic. When she all up in your city, yo, you best not forget it. Let you know if she like it and if she get with it. Let the whole world know and be the first to admit it. Let you know if she's good and if she dig it, cause she's Riq the Critic. Riq the Critic, Riq the Critic, Riq the Critic. She the first to admit it if she can't dig it, cause she's Riq the Critic, 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 Riq